This video is brought to you in part by Sideshow Collectibles and Hot Toys. Marvel Studios just added 5 new movie dates, and there are rumors swirling and insiders talking about what all of these films could be, and we're going to break it all down. It's like the news, but for nerds. Shout out to Kevin Vitette. Indeed, the creature that the Mandalorian steals the egg from is a mudhorn. Make sure you stay to the end of this video where we will ask another nerd card question. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday to you. I'm Josh. Welcome back to the channel. And do me a favor, chop a like. But man, we got a lot to get to, so let's get right into it. Guys and girls, Marvel Studios just added 5 new movie dates to the next couple of years for their overall slate. It is something that a lot of people are talking about, and we're going to do the same right here. Now, before we get into what the dates are and what we think they will be for, I do want to, again, repeat that the fact that all of this stuff is happening around the same time is just adding credence to the fact that there's not only a lot of movement over at Marvel Studios, but they are making some very significant moves and putting things up there like this Deadpool 3 stuff, all of the rumors around that, all of these different plot leaks, a lot of the stuff that's coming out from insiders. The fact that it is all happening in this very similar time frame, and then all of a sudden we get all these movies dated, it leads me to believe that a lot of this stuff is real. Also, frankly, this means that Marvel Studios is going to be doing 4 movies a year in 2021, 2022, and 2023. And I just gotta know, what do you think about that out there? Because that's kind of crazy. Like, that's 4 movies a year and all of the Disney Plus stuff that they have going on as well. Now, I'm the biggest Marvel fan probably ever, and I'm super excited to be talking about all that here on the channel and talking about it with you guys. But I just want to know, what do you guys think about that? Like, are you comfortable with 4 Marvel movies a year? Let me know your thoughts. And so let's get into what's official out there. I want to talk about what some insiders are saying as well, and then we'll speculate on what it all means. But the 5 new dates added are as follows. October 7th in 2022, February 17th in 2023, May 5th in 2023, July 28th in 2023, and November 3rd in 2023. Now, right off the bat, let's talk about Jeremy Conrad. He did a little scoop on this on MCUcosmic.com. He believes, and a lot of other people agree, that the October 7th film in 2022 will indeed be the Deadpool movie. It will be the MCU Deadpool movie, and that is why we've seen all of this movement and all of these things happening with Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, etc., etc. It looks as though that will be the place that it'll go. And actually, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that the movie will probably be rated R. And for all you Marvel fans, you should be applauding the Joker, because the Joker movie cracking $1 billion has probably signaled to Hollywood and maybe people at Disney that, hey, look, an R-rated Deadpool movie, that probably will play, as it has already played twice, but you know what I mean, for Disney. Now, what Jeremy Conrad is speculating about is he is saying that he thinks in 2023 we will get Captain Marvel 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Blade, and then something else, maybe Nova or something else like that. Now, Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer had a very interesting video and got a scoop on this, and she talks about how she was actually given information about this as early as September of this year, and a lot of things are sort of corroborating that now, so she feels comfortable enough moving forward with this. And I'm going to put up this list right here of all the different dates and the things that she thinks it is. But quickly, let's go through what she was speculating these dates will be. And I'm just going to say the year and then the films that will be coming out that year. Of course, next year we've got Black Widow and the Eternals. In 2021, we will be getting Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange 2. And then in July, you're getting Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man movie, which will be done by Marvel Studios, but it's technically a Sony movie, so it's not on this slate. And then at the end of that year, you're getting Thor 4. So that is the very first year of 4 Marvel movies, and there are a lot of movies that I really want to see. Like, literally, those are all rock star films to me. I'm very pumped about it. Then in 2022, you will likely be getting Ant-Man 3, Black Panther 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and then likely Blade. And that makes a lot of sense. I mean, Black Panther 2 is actually confirmed to be coming out in that year. And right now, like, there's a lot of arguments about, like, is that phase 5 technically, or is that a year of phase 4 that wasn't announced, you know, at San Diego Comic-Con? I know there's a lot of things in flux right now, so no matter which side of that argument you fall on, there is something happening, obviously, in 2023. Black Panther 2 will be coming out then. We've been reporting and talking about a lot of the rumors about Ant-Man and the Wasp. I agree with some of the people out there saying that you don't bring Mahershala Ali onto the stage at San Diego Comic-Con and announce a Blade movie only to do that movie like 4 years later. So 2023, if that's the soonest they can get Blade out, that makes sense. I think that would probably be good. Now, as for 2023, this is where it gets interesting. Right now, what Grace is speculating is that we will get some kind of a Black Widow or an A-Force movie early in the year. Then we'll be getting Captain Marvel 2, which she thinks will be like a secret invasion type film. Then you're going to get an ensemble film, which is either going to be Fantastic Four or X-Men, and then some other unknown film, maybe the Nova film that we've been hearing a lot of rumors about. And right now, everybody's scrambling. Everybody's looking at what the insiders are saying, trying to figure this out, look for the scoops, look for the evidence and all these different things. And I think if you're just reading in the tea leaves, a lot of these dates and the proposed films for them are pretty safe bets. But we have to talk about how this is not confirmed. So none of this is confirmed, but it's just what I can present to you as sort of the best look that we have based on some reputable people. I do believe Grace Randolph is a pretty reputable person, and I do believe Jeremy Conrad is a reputable person. So what they're talking about, sort of juxtaposed against what some other people are talking about, is what I am reporting. So that's as official as we can get. But now let's get into speculation. I just want to talk about this. I want to talk about my feelings about this. So number one, I don't see any Avengers movies on any of these dates, right? According to Grace, and she has a very good logic for believing this, she does not think that the unnamed ensemble film in 2023 will be an Avengers movie because of the way that all of this stuff was given to her. Like, untitled Avengers sequel is stuff that she was given. Obviously, they would just put Avengers movie for the ensemble film. It would be weird for them to call it an ensemble film and not just refer to it as an Avengers movie. Now, I do believe that many of these movies are going to be treated as sort of pseudo-Avengers movies, like in the same way that Captain America 3 is technically like an Avengers movie. It's Civil War, for goodness sakes. It's like an Avengers level film, but it's not an Avengers film as far as the franchise goes. I think we'll be getting a lot of that in these next series of films as well, particularly when it comes to Captain Marvel 2, who will likely be playing a big role in the Avengers moving forward, and maybe even Black Panther 2. You know, some of these other movies could potentially be Avengers-type things, like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness seems to have a lot of different people from the Avengers movies in its cast. And so, yeah, you could sort of see where we're getting some of that Avengers flavor. But, man, 4.5 years, 5 years from the last Avengers movie, and there's still not an Avengers film. I don't know how I feel about that. I got to be honest. Like, I really do believe that they should go with the Avengers. So maybe the 2023 film is Avengers, and if it's not, then it's got to be happening in 2024, which, by the way, one of these big mysterious things that's being sort of teased by some of these insiders is that date in 2024. This is something that Charles Murphy is sort of teasing as mind-blowing. People think it could be the next Avengers movie, perhaps even Secret Wars, Dark Avengers, New Avengers, or something crazy like that. So maybe they do wait that long, and 2024 is when they get the Avengers. I also feel when it comes to the Fantastic Four and the mutants, maybe not X-Men, but mutants, I think they're going to be trickled throughout. Maybe nothing will come of it next year in 2020, but I think you'll start to see stuff trickled out in 2021, particularly as we head towards Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness and what's going on with Wanda. There's an opportunity there to really bring in some mutants. And we've reported about this a lot, but there's a lot of evidence to suggest that Ant-Man 3 will heavily involve the Fantastic Four, that the Fantastic Four and Ant-Man 3 is going to be really connected. And the evidence out there suggests that Ant-Man 3, for all intents and purposes, is almost going to be a Fantastic Four movie, and I think that would be a really smart way to go. And that ensemble film in 2023, like, what could that possibly be? Like, I don't know, man. Like, a lot of people are suggesting that it's either going to be the X-Men or the Fantastic Four, but there's a possibility that it sets up sort of a new franchise that would be either like Dark Avengers or Thunderbolts. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of smoke out there about that kind of stuff being introduced into the MCU. And if they do Secret Wars the year following, perhaps it would make sense to establish this new darker team, you know, something like that, potentially a new franchise that's not quite Avengers, but like Avengers level. That could really work. Or maybe it is just X-Men or Fantastic Four. Either way, that would be cool with me. And honestly, my overall thoughts are just like, dang, dude, 4 movies a year? That is bold. That is pretty wild, and that will really start to put the squeeze out there on other studios. I mean, Marvel shows no signs of slowing down or stopping, and when you combine what's going on Disney Plus with what they're supposedly going to be doing on the silver screen. It's like, dang, that is so much content. So in a way, it's awesome because like I'll have so much to talk about here on the channel with you guys. But on the other end, it's like there's a concern that are we going to water this down? Is it going to get to be too much? You know, sometimes too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And so I don't know, I get slightly nervous about it. But the one thing that it does present that's really interesting is a route and an avenue to really dive deep on all these different characters, stories, and just corners within the Marvel universe. We're going to get so much lore filled out, and this thing is going to be even more tightly connected than it ever was before because there's so much stuff going on. Like, we don't have to wonder about this. It's taking place over here on a Disney Plus show, or it's referenced in this movie. Like, we don't really have to wonder about too much of this anymore because it's probably all going to be pretty well connected. It's frankly wild, man. Like, it's wild. 4 movies a year is just nuts to me. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Like, how do I exactly feel about that? I mean, dang, dude, Marvel is already crushing out the competition and just stampeding over other franchises and other studios as they try to build up their universe. And really, man, 4 movies a year, these other studios have to start to be really scared because even a smaller of like Marvel movie, like an Ant-Man, that movie is going to crush like 70% of the other movies that it would be competing against. There are very little franchises and IPs left out there that I think can compete with Marvel at this point. And it's a really interesting thing. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how it all plays out. But those are some of my thoughts. I really want to know what your thoughts are about this whole thing. What do you think some of these movies are going to be? Do you think we got some right? You think we got some wrong? Let us know your thoughts about that. And what do you think about 4 movies a year coming out of Marvel Studios for the MCU? I'm really interested in what people think. Let me know in the comment section below. And now I want to talk about today's sponsor, Sideshow Collectibles and Hot Toys. Guys, Hot Toys, every super big nerd knows what Hot Toys are. They are absolutely amazing products. I have several of them on the way, and I can't wait to get my hands on these things. And if you love that kind of high-end quality model making in your figures, Hot Toys is just the game in town. I am so happy to be partnered with them in their affiliate program. I met these guys at New York Comic Con, got my hands on some of their new product, and talked about trying to form a partnership, and we have that partnership. So if you are one of those people that likes Hot Toys or thinking about getting in on the Hot Toys train, use the link in the description, and a percentage of your sale will help us out here on the channel. It's a big deal. And look, the thing about Hot Toys is they're expensive. So they're not for everybody, but you can actually get on payment like plans for them, pay them off slowly. And then once you do, man, you get that beautiful, like just amazing craftsmanship that's really just, it stands alone in my opinion. There's nobody else out there that's doing what Hot Toys is doing with this kind of stuff. So if you like that stuff, you're going to spend the money anyways on that stuff, you know, click the link and help the channel out a little bit as well. And now let's check the nerd card before we get out of here. I want to know, what movie is the Moon Knight character, which of course is going to be introduced on Disney Plus, rumored to be in? Yeah, that's right. There's a rumor that Moon Knight character is going to show up in one of these upcoming MCU movies. What MCU movie is Moon Knight rumored to be in? Let me know that in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.